Hi, my name is Allison. Today we're going to be talking about how to feel calm when your mind won't stop racing. Does that sound like something that's familiar to you? This is so important to me because I see it again and again and again. It is so common for our mind to be going a million miles a minute in all the directions and feeling so chaotic inside. And the thing is that having authority over what's happening inside of us is agency. It's the most basic fundamental part of our emotional well-being. So this is why this is so important. So if you have ever felt like your mind is going crazy a million miles a minute or being stuck in constant thought loops and bouncing from thing to thing in your mind like a little ping pong back and forth all the time, you're in the right place. You really can learn how to feel calm when your mind won't stop racing. So by the end of these 15 minutes, you're going to understand why that's happening, why does your mind do that, what's going on inside of there, and some practical ways to bring calm and steadiness back into your experience. This is my history. I used to feel completely crazy in my mind all the time, and my default was for my brain to freak out. And whenever I would have anything that felt unsettled or unsure, so let alone like having 100 different things that felt unsettled or unsure, my brain was constantly in this state that was just going, 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 going. And there was no way to feel any kind of calmness or steadiness in my body whatsoever. And a lot of conventional approaches usually sound something like breathe, just breathe, or maybe try to quiet your mind, or maybe, have better boundaries, don't take on so many things so you don't have so many things to think about. Well, I don't know about you, but my brain's smarter than that. And it didn't get sucked into, it wasn't easily swayed by those kinds of things. It was way smarter for that. And anytime that I would say something like that to myself, it would just be like, well, this is all the reasons why actually we need to keep going like this and it has to be figured out. So I think your brain is also smarter than that because that's just a little bit of an oversimplification. So what I want to do is I want to just kind of show you what's really happening so you can understand what's the picture here that's happening inside of me. And I love drawing out stuff. So that's what I'm going to do most of the time. I need to use my hands, and hopefully this will help illustrate some of these ideas as I discuss it. So we're just going to imagine here for a second that this is you. Okay. You're having a lot of feelings happening inside of you right now, per this illustration. All right, and this is your brain. And your big, beautiful, glitter-dipped brain is working on overtime for you all the time. It's thinking about this thing over here that's causing so much frustration inside of you. It's like, oh no, that over there, we must fix it. And it's thinking about this thing over here that hasn't been resolved yet. And it's like, I don't know if I should do this or that. And it's like, oh no, you must solve it. And it's thinking about this thing over here, this conversation maybe with someone else. And you're like, oh, I need to narrate that over and over and over in my mind so I can finish it. I need to finish this thought process. It must be filed, it must be solved, it must be figured out, it must be shelved and put away. That's what your mind is trying to do. With every single thing that happens inside of you, it's like thinking about this, thinking about this, thinking about this, thinking about this. And what it wants to do is it wants to solve every single one of those stories that's ping-ponging around all in your brain. It's like, we must solve this, we must fix it, because if we can solve it, then that really means we can answer all the gaps. We can fill in all the gaps of the story with that thing, and then we can put it away. And once we put it away, then we will be clear. Your brain's just trying to tidy up. It's like we must clear it all, because if we can clear it, then we can feel steady. We can feel okay, I've solved those things. There's a certainty about it. Your brain wants certainty in every single area of things that it's thinking about. Because if it feels certainty, what does it have? It has the cleared space, it has calm. That will then equal calm, which equals rest, if I can take care of all the things, if I can put out all the fires, if I can completely clear the room in my brain, then I will feel calm and I will feel better. Now, here's the thing. What does the brain want to feel calm about? Why does the brain want to feel calm? The brain itself doesn't ever calm. Your brain has thoughts like your heart has heartbeats, always going, always continually going. That doesn't actually ever stop, and your brain actually doesn't feel. So why does it want calm? It wants calm because of this. Your body is having an experience all the time. Your body is having an experience based on what your brain is telling it when you are in the default programming mode that you were born with, that all of us are, which is why self-awareness has to grow and happen so that we can realize how to be the one in charge of all of it. Because as of right now, your subconscious primal brain is running the show. And the subconscious primal brain is like, danger, fear, everywhere. Danger here, danger here, danger here. Anything that's unsettled or unsure or has the possibility of negative feelings is danger. And your brain is so afraid of it. And so while it's afraid of it and it's trying to like go back and forth and solve every single thing, your body is like along for the ride. It's being pulled this way and then this way and then this way. And it has its own systems for what to do in response to this. It turns into different nervous system states. So your nervous system is what's happening and creating the feeling of a lack of calm in your body. It's either going into a fight mode or a runaway mode or a freeze and paralysis mode, sometimes even a people-pleasing mode, because that's how we found that it feels some kind of rest or calm. Everything here is working out of baseline primal systems. Your brain's like, we have to do all the things so that your body can feel better. It really is trying to help it, but your body is being like jerked around in all these places and it's feeling complete chaos because of your brain. Here's the kicker. We don't start with our brain in this situation. That's not how we're going to solve this. We don't solve every single tiny little thought because that's not a thing that can be done, even though our brain tells us that it is. What we do is we solve how the body is feeling. We come back to the body and we say, okay, we're going to look at the body's experience of this so that the body itself can feel better. How do we do this? We jump straight from all of this happening up here down to here, and we flip the script. We say we're going to start here. When I feel my brain in chaos, I'm not going to start with my brain. I'm going to start with my body. So here's some really practical things that I do. The very first thing that I do is I say, I see you. This is going to help so much with your body's trust in you, okay? You say, I see you. I see you, brain. I see you. I see you going a mile a minute. I see you trying to solve all the things. I see you trying so hard to help me find rest and peace. And also, I'm going to say, you can just kind of stay right over there. I'm not going to really listen to you right now, but I see you and I understand what you're doing. Okay, and then you're going to say, I see you to your body. And this step, you're going to say, I see you. You can even put your hand on it. I see you. How can I help? What do you need? How can I make us feel a little bit better? And what you can do in this particular situation, if you are really needing a state of calm, is you can just say, hey, what does calm feel like? If I said that, if I was trying to explain to somebody what is calm, how would I describe it? Well, maybe it feels like a little bit of a softness. Maybe it feels like my shoulders like letting down just a little bit. Maybe it feels like my whole body letting just a little bit of tension release. Maybe it feels like that. Hey body, what do you think? Is that what calm feels like? Like literally talk to your body and play with this, because as you're trying to use your brain in this direction, instead of with all the thoughts, you use your brain to focus on your body. You use your brain to say, hey, what does calm feel like? Hey, what do you need? That's when it starts to be used for good instead of for evil. And your body has a chance to say, oh, well, I don't know. What does calm feel like? And as you're processing that, you start to feel like, oh, maybe it feels like my shoulders going down a little bit. Oh, look at that. My shoulders went down a little bit. I'm testing the waters of what does that actually look like in translation to the experience that my body is having, right? So this is where you start. You just start by observing, seeing, and when you do that, you become the one outside of it. So when you become outside of the experience that your body is having, that your brain is having, and you tell it to try things, then it starts to become like you are, we need a different marker. I'm gonna do purple. You are now out here. You're out here instead of underneath. And when you're out here and you say, I see you to your body, you're no longer the thing underneath all of those feelings and emotions. You're now the one observing it. And you can now be the one saying things to this experience. Like you are talking to it. And when you're in that position, from this voice, instead of this voice saying all these things, your body's like, oh, who are you? Are you new around here? I haven't met you before. You're telling us to do things that are nice and feel soft, and maybe I want to listen, and maybe I'll play with it a little bit. And that is how we start to become a different voice that's in charge of our inner world's experience. We start to become like a different, we start to bring a different environment, a different agency, a different authority, instead of just being underneath and at the mercy of all the thoughts and all the emotions and all the experiences that are happening inside of our brain and body. We become this almost third thing outside of it. I call it like the higher mind or the wise mind. But there's information inside of all of this, and we just have it's just a matter of like learning how to step outside of it and follow the data and track it and look at it and say, oh, this is happening with this, and how can I deal with this versus this as a separate thing? And it starts to give you control. It starts to give you power. And it's really, this is the basic beginning. It's a basic beginning of how do I see all of these things happening, and then how do I address it from a place of compassion and kindness that goes straight to my body. That's the beginning states. It really is a detective game that you can start yourself, and I recommend doing this. It is just a beginning work of recognition, observation, finding the information and being outside of it and working with the information that you see. Now, if you want to get like deep into it and you say, I want transformation now, like I'm tired of working with this kind of chaos inside of me and trying to like drudge through finding the information and working it through and figuring out which steps work with which, that's when you get someone on board. That's the kind of stuff that I do with my clients. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready to like not wait for months or years to start the process of how do I find all the details that are happening at any given time and become the one in complete power and agency over it, I invite you to book a call with me to find out about my one-on-one mentorship program. The link's going to be below in the description. I do only work with a small number of committed women at a time. The call itself is completely free. You can just come on and we can find out, is this going to be a fit? And there's no pressure whatsoever. So remember, when you feel chaotic, when you feel like totally crazy, mind racing, all the stuff is happening, remember that it's a signal to go to the body first. It's a signal to say, hey brain, you can just step over there for a second. Thank you for your help. And now we're going to go straight to the body. If you would like to join in with helping look at this information, that's how I'll bring you in, but not these other thoughts. I explore other aspects of this on the channel too. That might help you go deeper with some of the stuff that we talked about today. So if you found this helpful, check out my video on how to reconnect with your body after years of ignoring it. And there's also a video that explains the nervous system piece that we talked about. It goes into a little bit deeper detail. If you're ready for personalized support with this, go to the link in my description down below. Go ahead and book a one-on-one call to find out about my one-on-one mentorship program. I'm curious to hear your experience with this, and I'll be back soon with more topics to help you navigate connecting your smart mind to your wise body so you can live happy, strong, and free.